Amy!
What?
Hey!
What now?
How are you, ma'am?
Feel free to scream.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I get a little carried
I'm
away.
afraid.
I apologize. Amy, how are you?
Elliot! It's okay.
All right, let's try again. I'll start over. Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am
You see how
excellent.
you see how you get the person you want when you are the person that you want. I don't know what those words mean, but that will be a meme in 2 seconds.
Excellent. No, I like how that's going.
Hanging from the branch. Yeah, what's up?
All right, so a couple of things. Number one, and we'll get to the charity event and the speakeasy event and all of that.
No
But
idea what you're talking about. I don't have an agenda. Do you have an agenda?
would that be the greatest? You're calling for this big John Ritter Foundation thing, and you're like, I have no idea what the F you're even talking about.
I don't even know. I'm sorry. Right. I was married to Beau Bridges. I had a dream this week. People used to always people used to come up to John and, go, how's your dad, Lloyd, and he's like, no, I'm not Beau Bridges. All the time. And Beau Bridges would get John too. Early in the day when they both had the same length of eyebrows. I don't know.
They really
bizarro.
They really don't look that alike, though.
Thank you. They don't. But I guess there's something about them and the cheekness and the chinness. I have no idea, but I saw it happen. It's real.
Well, and that's why I'm very excited to talk to you today about the Beau Bridges Foundation and massive event that's coming up.
You know what? It's called Homeless, but not Eyebrowless. And
Oh, somebody's a Housewives fan.
guess where I watched the Super Bowl? At Garcelle's house.
Oh, damn.
Right?
All right, we've lost Elliot.
I don't keep up. I'm sorry.
intrigued.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only the most beautiful woman in the world. Do you not remember? Wasn't she Jamie Foxx show? Wasn't she like the wife?
I believe so. She's gorgeous. You'd know her in a second if you saw her on TV.
I'll send you some behind the scenes pics.
Oh yes, I love that.
Not upskirts. Don't get excited.
No. Oh God, no.
Way too much excitement for that statement.
By the way, I love the idea of you upskirting all of the housewives.
They think I'm watching the game.
I think I'm watching the game, but I actually have a GoPro and what were those things? A long stick.
A selfie stick.
Selfie sticks and mirrors on your shoes.
Oh, you know what? They should. I do not think that upskirts are a good thing. I think they're horrible. Although you would have a selfie stick and call it a stealthy stick. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because it would be sneaky, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, sharks.
By the way, I like how brave you got there by going, I'm really down on this. However, there may be some money in it for me.
Yes.
All right. Can I get back to the John Ritter Foundation, please?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So anyway,
It's only the thing I think about day and night for the last 20 years, but go ahead.
No, but you know what was really nice, Amy, was obviously knowing that you were going to be on today. And like I said, there's a big charity event coming up that will benefit the John Ritter Foundation. But going back and watching and seeing like old pictures and old videos and all. First of all, I can't believe that it's been since 2003. That is crazy to me.
Believe me, walk a mile in my black flip-flops. I'm just like, cannot believe it's been 20 years. And yet, let me bring the room down for a minute. We've all lost people in our lives, right?
Sure.
And it kind of vacillates where it's like, oh God, it feels like yesterday. And then it feels like forever ago. And a lot of people that I've talked to who've lost loved ones, it's kind of hard to almost keep a hold of like how long it's been. But for me, I've done this crazy thing where I've kind of set myself up for better or for worse, as they say, when you get married and whatnot, to kind of say John's name every day for the good of people's health and keeping their families alive. But I don't know, it adds something to like every hour of those 20 years, you know?
Sure.
Now, is that something that is there an altruistic motive? Yes, I want people to stay alive and not die or lose someone, right? But the other thing is, it does kind of keep him close, you know, and gives the opportunity for other people to hold him close. Look, you and I are talking about John 20 years later, right?
Right.
And it's sure his legacy is all that cool. I mean, I can close my eyes and see him tripping over couches and smashing into door frames, and that's just in our kitchen. You know what I mean? But I mean, like for the rest of the world, they have this image of John, and that's fair and that's real, man. That's his legacy. He made us really, really laugh and also freak out when we saw him in Sling Blade. A lot of people were like, there were no credits at the beginning. I didn't know that was him. I'm like, calm down. He's not just Jack Tripper. But aside from that legacy, this part that, like when you say such and such is giving me life, John Ritter Foundation has given us life for real.
And, you know, and it is all around. Well, I may have that wrong, but I feel like so much of it, Amy, is all around even people just knowing what aortic dissection even is.
Jesus, you've hit the nail on the head there, buddy, because of here's the thing. People talk about, here's what I've learned in 20 years of, and it's not just, University of Google. I mean, that's how I found the doctors and the researchers and the families and these people was through the internet, right?
Right.
But then once you get in those rooms and you can be on the phone and feel like you're in the room with somebody who's lost, 5 people in 4 generations, stuff like that. And then you go, oh, hold on, why don't we know more about this? And then I talk to the research, and all these people are now on the team, right? You'll meet all these people anytime you want. But it has always been thought of as kind of a rare thing, this aortic dissection, which of course totally F's you up when you go into an emergency room with chest pain or anything that might imitate a heart attack or indigestion, or you get turned away because, you're a chick, it must be cramps, or you are some other part of a community where it's like you're drug seeking. And it's like, do not send that person home. Right. Give them a CT scan, because instead of even a heart attack, which is what they treated John for, a heart attack is a block in your heart, okay? An aortic dissection is a tear in the wall of your aorta, which is the largest artery in your body. It's like where the blood goes after your heart. As I'm trying like crazy to coin above and beyond your heart. Your heart can do all the stuff it needs to do. And then if the blood that it's pumping into that main artery gets caught in between the lining, the wall of the artery, geez, it like starves your body out for the blood it needs. Your brain, it's a brutal thing. And because sometimes it happens so fast, the aneurysm, which is like the ballooning part, usually happens first. It gets bigger, but the actual tear where the blood is diverted away from where it's supposed to go, that can happen pretty fast. And most people die. Half the people die before they even get to
the emergency room.
Right. The chance of the emergency room. And then you get in the emergency room and you don't know your family history, or the people that are there in the emergency room don't have it in the front of their head. They will treat you for something else and you will die from something else. That's crazy. So it's super, super important. And did I mention there will be cocktails?
Hey, but Amy, real quick, I want to break a couple things down though. Like you said, it's not a heart attack. It actually could not be further from a heart attack. Although you're right, and you said it with John is he got there, but they treated him. Did John know? Because you do talk about how sometimes people will say it's rare. Some people will say it's rare. But if it's in your family, it's not rare at all.
No, dude, I had never heard of it. But you kind of hope that the emergency room personnel have it somewhere in their mind, right?
Right.
Because if they just treat you, if they see that you're a little bit overweight 54-year-old guy walking in there, and you have not that you are, but John was, and you have a chest pain, and they start whipping the like blood thinners and stuff, they're treating you for the opposite of this, right?
Right.
And so that's the awareness part, but the part about advocating for yourself, and once I learned that it is very, very often genetic, well, then I go, well, what was I told on the night? Let's see, that happened. I was told by a doctor that he'd only seen 3 of them, and it's like a satellite falling out of the sky and bashing you on the head. You can't do anything about it. It's like a ticking time bomb. And I'm like, I've seen MacGyver. Let me get a shot at that time bomb. But he was wrong, because people who have been put in that, I hate to say, including John's dad, you always hear about people who died suddenly of a quote-unquote massive heart attack. Well, if you're not under a doctor's care who's been looking at your heart, or you don't have an autopsy, it just gets put into the cardiac category. So we really don't know how many aortic dissection deaths are out there. Sure. That's what's crazy. And now that there's so much more advanced, it's not even advanced imaging in terms of like deeper and deeper, dives into imaging, but people get, maybe a chest x-ray for work, and the x-ray is not the gold standard by any chance. But if you have a giant aneurysm, you might see something has kind of moved out of the way to make room for it. It's crazy. So, and it's like an engineering problem in your body, or like a highway. There's very, very specific thing that your aorta is for. And if it goes awry, that's it. It's the delivery system for your whole body. So John's brother, Tom, who's a year older. So John passed away 2005, 2007. Tommy, because all of the first degree relatives of someone who has a aneurysm in their thoracic aorta, or has had a dissection, or someone in your family has died from a dissection, they get at least echocardiograms once a year to measure your aorta, just like women do with mammograms. Right?
Sure.
I mean, it's the prudent thing to do, and it's the kind thing to do for your family. Because if you're dragging your heels and you peace out when your family's not ready for it, it's just a devastating thing that can absolutely be avoided. And the surgery for it and medications for it, can be curative.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. That's what I was going to ask, is if, and again, like, I don't
So look, I was operating the CAT scan, but so Tommy had an aneurysm exact same place as John's, right at the beginning, called ascending, because it's like a candy cane shape. It goes up and down. And so he had it fixed. He had surgery. He's got like a graft in there now. He's cool. It's crazy.
Wow.
Because Amy, I saw an interview that you did where you were like, if like, check with your family, check your family history and see if it's there. But I'll use myself as the example. Like, I don't know my family history at all.
Exactly. Usually there's some old auntie. That was me until I got married. The old day. But there's somebody who knows. But how do you know if it's an aortic dissection? That now we know Tex Ritter, like 99%. That's John and Tom's dad.
Right.
Died from an aortic dissection because his mom lived to be well into her 90s, right? And Tex, in his 60s, was bailing one of his band members out of jail and just clutched his heart, pitched forward. Tommy Ritter was there. You saw it.
Boy.
And goes into the cardiac category. So you're like, ooh, watch out for that heart attack. Well, that's not what that was. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so part of the thing is, even if you don't know your family has maybe a history of aortic dissection or thoracic aortic aneurysms, if there's an unexplained early death, like before 60, I'm 61. If I die, it's early. Okay. I wanted to be here tomorrow.
Right.
I want to be here for the event, May 15th.
Yeah, I need you here at least for, by the way, let's move it up to March. Yeah, we're going to move it up to March 15th.
Did I say March? Let's march forward to May 15th. And what if I was just somebody Trump that could never admit a mistake? They just double down.
Nope, you know what? We just moved the event. No, I want to be clear. I don't want to screw people up. I don't want to have people up. March 15th is the day of the event.
That's exactly right. But there's a thing in LA in May.
Oh, well, of course. That's right in my backyard.
And I will send the jet for you. It's just my friend named Jet, quite a stoner. I just don't get in the car with him. Hey, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you dare call me ma'am.
Sorry.
No, I like it. I actually prefer it. Anyway, you can call me doctor, just for fun, so I can get a reservation at a restaurant. You can get a reservation on March 15th. See, I keep trying to launch into it.
Smooth.
Okay.
It is smooth, right?
Very.
Extremely smooth.
Okay, it's the Speakeasy Prohibition Casino night. March 15th is when it'll be taking place. Yes, ma'am?
We have too many nouns in the name.
Okay, I didn't create the name.
No, I know, but it's like 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter. It was the longest title, and John was just like, we can't call it that. We just call it rules. It's like, no. So I, on purpose, shortened on our website, you'll see there's something called Ritter Rules, and that is the rules for knowing your aortic risk and what to do. But I like that I shortened it to Ritter Rules, because that's what we should have called 8 Simple Rules for dating my teenage daughter. I'm going to pitch that to Kaylee, by the way. Okay, back to March 15th.
Yes.
How do we get there? We take the Acela. We get off on the Church Hills Corners. I'm trying to say DC area things that I've heard.
Just say Frederick.
Cherry Lane, Pentagon Mall. I'm just saying all the things I know.
By the way, the Pentagon. No. Oh, Jesus H. Christ, Amy. Pentagon City could not be further away
from Frederick.
No, don't go there. Don't go to. The mall's fine.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Okay.
It's just about an hour and a half away.
Like I said, my driver named Jet is be taking there in a pedicab.
It would be like saying for that event in LA, I'll just fly to San Francisco.
That would make sense, dude. You would go to San Francisco, and then you would drive down the 1 and then get off on the 405.
By the way, when is the last time, Amy, when is the last time you were in D.C.?
Last week. I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Was that last week? Yeah, it was like last week. I was on, Melissa Mollet.
Yes, she works at Channel 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's the queen of Channel 4. I wouldn't say she works there.
Oh, sorry.
No, I dig her the most. She's the coolest. She has a personal connection to aortic dissection. She lost one of her very best friends to it.
Oh, no.
And she met the family, the Retterers, who are the family that were honoring it in Frederick, because Jeff Retterer passed away from this. His widow and his sister were actually my son's kind of East Coast moms, because he actually went to school out there. Yeah, I've been to D.C. That's why I know all the words. But this family, just like so many of us, some of us don't even know, right, have lost someone to thoracic aortic dissection and went, wait a minute, why does this have to happen? And once you realize that awareness is a whole lot of it, get yourself to the right place, or get your loved one to the right place with the right information, and you can survive this, So we all have this mission, and sometimes we throw a beautiful, weird, interesting party with all these disparate factions, doctors and radiologists and people and people and people. And this time we're throwing some gambling in there. I don't think it's real gambling, but I don't know. This should get shut down so fast. If somehow we get thrown into the Frederick jail, that would be the last episode of Seinfeld. Spoiler, not so good. Which was not so good, but that wouldn't be a good way to end it. This is going to be a really fun party.
All right, so let me make sure I have all the details. So it's casino night, Prohibition Casino Night, Friday night, March the 15th, Citizens Ballroom in Frederick. All the information, ticket information and everything can be found through johnritterfoundation.org. But no, I mean, listen, there's going to be cocktails, there's going to be gambling. Hell, Amy's going to jail. It's going to be a hell of a night.
I'm going to jail. That would be so exciting. That's why I have handcuffs in my suitcase, officer. That's why, yes, Reagan Airport. Like, oh no, it's casino night. Excuse me. There will be absolutely not illegal gambling, ma'am. Can you come this way? If I could come that way, I wouldn't have left the house. What?
You're the best.
Listen, it's going to be so much fun, and there's going to be like prizes and fake gambling with real stakes because, I will be slapping people in the face when they lose. But you have to pay. You may have to pay that. Hey, Melissa Millay is going to be there, and we may slow dance, and so you can see that.
Excellent. Amy,
bring your selfie stick. What?
I appreciate the time. I hope turnout is great. Again, johnritterfoundation.org for more information. Amy, I appreciate the time. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Shall we do it again and talk about Mel Brooks?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, Amy, thank you.
You guys, this was really fun. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm such a smart ass, but it is earlier in the morning here.
No, that's okay. I love it. Thank you.
Yes, the couth comes on later.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amy.
Bye.